Hi, Scott. Defeat against Chelsea, but given the build-up, the fact you were down to 10 men, it can't feel too negative in a sense. It doesn't feel like you've taken a backward step, does it? There's plenty of good things you could take from that.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think for 1 second we can take many negatives from it. I think probably the little bit of a negative was obviously the sending off and how that came about really. But yeah, look, I think for weathered it a little bit early on, got to grips with the game, and then really put our stamp on it. So there was some real positives backing in going into half time, and then obviously second half changes and the dynamics of the game changes because we're down to 10 men, and then showed another side to us which I was immensely proud of the team really to hold on like we did. Just a shame we obviously couldn't come out with a point there, but no, listen, that's not gonna dent us in any way. In fact, we'll take the positives what come from that game really against a good team in Chelsea.
You had those losses obviously at the beginning of the season, didn't you? You changed your goalkeeper and your back 4, 5, and it's only 1 loss in 6 now. How do you then build on that in terms of your attacking play? How do you go about just providing a bit of a spark? Because it's been incredible turnaround in terms of draws and points, picking up points, but you're going to need more than draws, don't you, to stay in this league?
Yeah, and I think that's the next big challenge for us really, because I think we have in a short space of time we've been able to stay engaged, give ourselves a platform, become a lot more solid as a team, and then even in saying that, I think in a real attacking sense and the way we're playing, we're a real threat. Obviously, the fine margins of this division, you need to take your opportunities when they come. And when you're a team like us, obviously, then opportunities may come a little bit less. Saying that, when you look at the numbers in terms of the attacking side of our game, we're holding our own. So, yeah, of course, look, it is an element now because you're right. We've got draws. We now need to turn some of them draws into wins, and we need to win some football matches. And to do that, you've got to do the hardest thing in the game, and that's what we're calling the net, really. So we'll keep pushing, and we'll keep trying to improve that element, and hopefully get beyond the end of some good results.
It was a very short off season for you, but you clearly then noticed in the last transfer window, and you shored up that defence. In a sense, is this a problem that you can go out and solve in this transfer window? What's left of it, or do you feel it's a case of using the players you've got?
Well, it's $1 million question, I suppose. The time's running out in this window. It's a difficult window, like we all know. I think I think we all understand where we're probably light in this squad, and that is in forward areas. We have one recognised striker in the building, really, in Mitrovic. Cavallero's done fantastic. Kamara can play there, but yeah. So I think we understand where we're probably a little bit light. But again, I also understand that this window is a tough window, and that time's not on our side really. So, but whatever the case is, like at the beginning of the season, we'll work relentlessly hard to try and improve our attacking play in them moments. To try and get the right end of results in what's important really.
And what's the situation with Mitrovic ahead of this game? He obviously played in the FA Cup game. Has he got another injury?
He's fit now. Yeah, he got a knock during the FA Cup game against QPR. Felt his hamstring a little bit. So yeah, he's been off the grass and missed the last couple of games because of that. He'll be back for tomorrow night. He's fit. So yeah, we'll go from there really.
You haven't always used him when he's fit, but given he is that, your only recognised striker in the building, as you just said, has he got a big role to play? Because he hasn't so far this season.
Yeah, of course he has. Of course he's got a big role. Like every player's got a big role. Like anything, I think Mitro will be the first to say that this year has been a bit of a struggle in terms of form, whatever that other reasons. And as a manager sitting in a position, I pick the players who I feel who can help us win football matches, and Mitro has a has got more than enough capabilities to help us at present. I've chose to go with other people or another player in Cavallero, but this is Premier League football, and this is Premier League squads, and this is competition, this healthy competition. And the test, like any player, top players, is they thrive on that pressure, they thrive on that test or that competition. And I'm sure Mitro will do exactly the same, and that's what he'll need to do to obviously get back in this team, but more importantly for him to get into the Premier League and score goals like I know he can, and to help us do that as well.
And just looking ahead, 2 months ago, I think life was probably quite different for yourself and for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, wasn't it? Sort of a couple of months ago, and he's obviously done a remarkable job in that time turning things around. And it just shows you sometimes, in your case too, you just need a little bit of time, don't you, in the whole world.
Yeah, I mean, look, you don't get that, do you, in the world we're in? Saying we don't, I think probably me and Ollie in that sense have probably got a little bit. And of course, while I would like things to be better than they are, I do see the improvements, and I see that, and I think everyone else sees that. But certainly for Ollie and the club and the stature of club that he's at, I think there was probably every man and his dog wanting change or wasn't happy with it. So fair play to the resilience of the man in Ollie, his squad of players, to be sitting at the top of this Premier League now after that is quite remarkable, really. So like I said, nothing but admiration for the resilience, and everything else what you would need at that moment when it was really coming on. So look, we're up against a very good side tomorrow, the side which they're at the top of the league for a reason. They have good quality. Do
you think they might still be there at the end of the season?
Well, they've got all the ingredients to be. Yeah, definitely. It's they've got a fantastic squad, like I've said, and players at both ends of the pitch, really. Certainly in the attacking areas of the pitch that can score goals and cause a lot of teams problems, really. So they're definitely they're on the upward curve. So momentum's firmly with them, really. So why not? I think for sure they're right in there with the contenders along with the others.
Thanks, Scott.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Gail. We stay with broadcasters. Can we go to Rebecca, please, Premier League Productions?
Thanks, Scott. Thank you for your time today.
No worries.
Your side's really shown quality in the last 2 games. I know it was a draw against Tottenham, loss against Chelsea. But what can Fulham expect against the game against Manchester United on Wednesday?
Well, a tough game, exactly like the two previous fixtures, and like the other teams when we've played this year. So look, we're playing against an informed team here, a team that are top of the league for a reason. They have massive quality all over the pitch. Certainly in the attacking areas of the pitch, they're very dominant, and they can cause you problems, really. But like always, and over the course of the last few weeks, I think it's clear for everyone to see, for us as a team, there is no real fear. We're going to every game wanting to try and put our stamp on the game and try and cause whoever we're playing some problems. So of course, while also understanding the quality that they possess, we want to try and come with how we've played in a real free-flowing, attack-minded, aggressive football game plan, which hopefully we can do on Wednesday night.
And Manchester United, obviously top of the league. What weaknesses do you feel that Fulham can exploit of theirs?
Well, there's not many, to be quite honest with you. I think you rely a little bit on them, probably not coming as dominant as what they have been. But then for us, of course, I think I do keep saying it. We have the ingredients in this team, and the way we're playing at the moment, and the way I want us to play, we have these ingredients to hurt any team. And obviously, an attack, free-flowing football like Man United will play, we'll look to try and put our stamp and hurt them in the other way when we can, really.
And you updated us there on Mitrovic coming back slowly from QPR. Have you got any more injury updates?
No, none really. Terence Congola's the only one who picked up a little bit of a knock last week, so it'll be a few weeks from now. Nothing too serious, but yeah, he's the only one really.
And Joachim Andersen, he's only been on loan with you since October, but he seems a real natural fit for a captain for Fulham on the pitch. What leadership qualities do you feel he has?
Well, just he's a top class player first and foremost. You know, he's got a real contagious and a real infectious way about him. Loves the game, understands the game, wants to understand, wants to learn, wants to improve. Leads by example. So yeah, look, he's come from a top side in Lyon who've been operating in and around Champions League football and been around that really, and it doesn't surprise me in any way how well he's done really. And like you said, he's led the team and done very well at that as well. So I've asked a lot of him in a short space of time since he's been here, put a lot of responsibility on him, a lot of ownership on him, and he's risen to every challenge. I like a lot of the boys what have come in and the boys what have already been in really. So long may that continue really with Lockie.
Scott, that's everything from me. Good luck for Wednesday.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you.
Thanks, Rebecca. Just checking television, we have Alison Bender. Alison, do you have any questions? And then I'll move on to radio.
Sorry, I'm just unmuting myself. Can you hear me, Scott?
I can hear you, Alison, yeah.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I just want to talk a bit about discipline. Obviously, it's so important, particularly when you're fighting at the bottom. Is that something that you've had to address with the squad lately, particularly after the last game as well?
Not really. I also recognise, and I think you're right, you're spot on and correct in saying that discipline is massively important, and ill discipline is not saying what we would accept or I would accept, because I realise it will hurt us. I think I said it after the game really, that the fine margins of where I want my team and where I want my players and group of players to be when they cross the line is right on the edge really, and I want to see an aggressive, front foot, passionate team. And when you ask for them ingredients in someone, you ask for them personality traits, then I also have to understand that sometimes maybe it just goes over that line, and I want my players and my team to be bang on that line, but of course sometimes it does go over that, and maybe at the weekend that was the case, albeit I didn't see it after the game, but I have seen it since, and I don't know whether he has got anything of the player really, and I understand now the law is that it's forceful and stuff like that. But yeah, look, I think I can recognise ill discipline and things that are not acceptable, and I can also see that sometimes there may be that case of where we've just stepped over it. And Anthony Robinson, you know, for where the positioning of the play, the minute of the play, it was probably just a bit needless.
I just want to pick up on something that has been spoken about earlier on in the season as well. You've had some really good performances lately. Obviously, Liverpool, Tottenham stand out, and Chelsea as well. Do you feel that you perhaps haven't got the credit that you deserve? And I also wonder, it was mentioned at one point that English managers aren't sort of regarded as highly perhaps as some foreign managers. Do you think there is a little bit of that?
I'm not sure really. I don't really take too much notice of that. There was a big job to be done here at the start of the season, and I think that was clear for all of us to see. We just finished fourth in the Championship, and then coming into arguably the toughest league in the world and the fine margins of that. So yeah, look, like anything, time, work on the training pitch, constant work with the players, and the players being really receptive to that, and then players coming in and helping us as well, have obviously give us a little bit of a platform, and us changing things, you know, regarding a question about do I feel that the team or myself have been given the credit we deserve. No, I take no notice of that. I know we was written off at the start of the season, and I know that was, you know, everyone literally didn't give us a prayer in this division, and we've managed to change that narrative a little bit. Do I still want more? Of course I do, because we need some more points, and I think we all recognise we need to win points to stay in this division, and I think we're capable of doing that. So that'll be that. That's my main focus, and that's the team's main focus, really. So you know, it's always pleasing to hear people speak highly of your team and highly of the players, but we want to start winning games and keep moving in the right direction like we have been.
Just finally from me about the protocols that the Premier League have set, and I know that it's such an important thing for you to be playing football. Is there anything specific that you've spoken to your players about regarding the celebrations, and anything that you can do as a manager as well, just to ensure that Premier League football continues?
Well, yeah, you know, it's certainly something I can do, because I'm in full control of my actions, and I understand that there's eyes are on us, and certainly social distancing and the stuff that we're having to do, wear masks, obviously contact with managers when we're meeting and stuff like that. And of course, regarding the players, that message is given to them by myself, and explaining them. We had a meeting only last week to obviously emphasise the new rules and goal celebrations. As you can imagine, look, this is not something, and this is not people taking it lightly in any way, and players celebrating goals and being disrespectful and not understanding the severity of the situation. This is a rule that's just literally come in only last week, and celebrating a goal is probably a habit that players are used to doing over the course of 20 odd years or 15 years of playing football, since they were small little kids in the park. The one thing you want to do is score a goal and then run off and celebrate, and then from that point now, and then all of a sudden now you're asking them to not celebrate. I think we all need to understand that, you know, while we'll keep banging that drum, and I think we're going to have to keep banging that drum, that maybe along the way there might be some little hiccups, and these players are still getting judged. You know, I'm getting judged, we're all getting judged, and while we all understand we have a privilege here of doing what we're doing, the pressure, you can imagine a centre forward, one might not have scored for some time, and he's scoring after the pressure what he's under, scoring, and the team. I just feel that sometimes there may be a little bit of hiccups along the way, but I think over time, I think it is something we